So we're doing a U-joint. We've got a Wagoneer that had a central axle, actually a differential located disconnect, not a central axle, but inside the diff from an 83 Wagoneer. My buddy Terrance right here.
What's up?
We're going to the Rubicon next week and he needs a spare short side. I gave him a spare long side. As you can see, this isn't gonna work because he just has a regular Wagoneer 44 front, not the CAD housing. So we are gonna take off this old U-joint and we are gonna put a fresh U-joint on, and he got this chromo shaft on eBay, 15.8 inches long. It should all work. We're just gonna go through what we do to swap out U-joints on a axle shaft. All right, another thing too is we have all the usual tools, which is like sockets and sledgehammer, some little screwdrivers and not vice grips, but needle nose. And then I also have a tiger tool, and I usually use this on drive shafts with 1310 U-joints, but I think it'll fit the 760 on the axle shaft, so we're gonna try that. So first you wanna remove the C-clips, which—
you can find the end.
Yeah, they're, especially on an old rusted axle shaft where it's hard to even see. That's it right there on that one. So let's see. We're gonna try to get like a drift in there, or maybe a flat blade screwdriver. It might suck a little bit. And then yeah, trying to hold the axle, put the yoke in there maybe, since it's, should hold it tighter.
What do I do, John? Done this a few times?
No, I mean, it probably takes me a couple tries until I realize put the yoke in instead of the axle shaft. It's all good. Yeah, I usually try like a beefier screwdriver.
Beefier than this?
No, that's about it, yeah. Let's try that. It's a tight, I think he got it. He's got it. Could probably use one of these to pull it. Yeah, use that to pull it. And just be careful because these clips sometimes they go flying. I always wear eye protection because I've sometimes hit on them and they're kind of like springy, like spring steel maybe. Yeah. Maybe not, but they feel like it, and they sometimes go flying. Yeah, I'd get all four out and then we'll just hit it with the tiger tool. And if the tiger tool won't do it, then we'll just hit it with the socket in the sledge. I just rotate it 90 and... It's going pretty, famous last words, but it's going pretty smooth so far. I can't talk, I shouldn't say that. I know, I'll totally fuck it up if I talk. So yeah, I'm just gonna get right up in there. I'm sure there's like better ways of doing it, but I've always just either used a screwdriver or a drift and just hammered them out. Yep. I don't even, I mean, you might be able to use like a snap ring plier or something. That's another thing to mention is like, yeah, you could just bring a U-joint in the inner and outer shafts, but you're not gonna have a vise on the trail unless you carry a trail vise, which I know some buddies that do, and I've seen guys do it, and my buddy Tim used to do it, but you're way better off doing this sort of thing in the garage on the vise than you are on the trail.
It's way easier.
Yeah. I've had them before too, where those things will not budge. So.
See, a lot of guys, they shoot it with penetrating oil.
Yeah.
Stuff like that, you know, and they soak it.
Yep.
And then they tap around the ears, sometimes the caps. Hit it with penetrating oil.
We should probably tap around the ears before we hit it with the tiger tool. Just give it some love taps to shock load it a little bit. Kind of like not having to do any of the work. I know. That one. You can see, I know, I'm like...
You see it right here. It's right there, right?
It looks like it, yeah. So there's little grooves right here for the snap rings. That's what these are what we're knocking out. We should keep the old ones because I have a set of U-joints over there that don't have a snap ring and could make a trail spare U-joint.
Behind it? It's hiding behind it?
Turn it around the other way. Can you not see it there?
Can't see the end.
I think we got...
Wait, we already did that one.
No, we did that one.
Here it is, right here.
Okay. Yeah, with all the little grooves, sometimes it's hard to tell if you even got it already when it's super rusty and dirty and muddy. So these are the grooves where the snap rings go in. Ideally, most guys who are wheeling hard, they're going to run a full circle clip. Honestly, though, for a trail spare, it's like I'm not going to.
Do they machine the?
You have to machine the yoke.
Yeah, you have to grind it.
So
down.
you can't just put a full circle clip on. It won't fit. So you have to grind the yoke down too. So aftermarket chromoly shafts like these, you can see that the surface is machined already, so it will accept a full circle clip easily, whereas like a stock shaft won't. And so you could either sit there with a grinder or something, or whatever you do to machine it and try to get it to come off, or you could do some aftermarket shafts. And
I use a grinder on mine.
Yeah, you could.
Because the shaft I got now, whatever, first time, so I totally wanted to do it right, so I grinded it down. I was hoping I didn't weaken the yoke here.
Most guys I know just grind it down. And the extra step that I've had, my buddy Alan used to do a lot, and other people do, where they'll literally take a washer that fits over the ear, and they'll weld a washer like right in here, like over the outside.
Really?
Yeah, because usually,
keep the cap from popping?
Usually it's when the cap. They usually break from the cap spitting out. I mean, obviously you can break at the splines, but a lot of the failures we've seen over the years are from the cap starting to spit out, because either it breaks, the cap breaks where this goes in, or the cap just starts shooting out, maybe because the ears elongate. So if you weld a washer over this, it'll prevent the ear from elongating and opening up, and it'll keep the cap in if you lose a clip.
Now, is the washer a little bit bigger?
Yeah, I think
it doesn't stop it from.
Yeah,
you need to be able to press them in.
You would kind of. Well, no, they're like one-time use.
Oh.
Because like when you're breaking shaft, well, I mean when you're like going through shafts that often, you're just like it's the shaft is a wear part.
Yeah,
and it's
I remember Alan used to roll his XJ.
Yeah.
With the 30. What do you put? He had a lunchbox locker or something.
Stock gears and 40s.
And that dude would bust shafts like crazy.
He's the one who started just saying, that's when I learned from Alan that Dana 30 shafts, these are 44 shafts, but Dana 30 shafts are one-time use. So you might as well just fully weld it up.
What do you want to do? You want to score them?
I don't. I'd say smack it with the sledge just to try to, I don't know. Like, it's kind of the idea when you're doing like a pitman arm with a tie rod end, where you hammer the knuckle or the pitman arm to loosen up the shock load it. Let's see if it, anyways, let's try that and then set this up. Yeah, I know back in the day, shops used to charge I remember hearing like $15 to change a U-joint, but now I remember sending someone to like West Sac Driveline a while ago.
Yeah. And
I was like, oh yeah, it's like $15. I'm thinking probably 10, 20 years ago or more, but he was like, I think they told me 60 or 100 per U-joint or something. And I was like, okay, so, ooh, is that gonna fit? Is it?
Go like that.
Yeah, that's what we gotta do. I just had it, I must have obviously used it and just left it, so.
Oh, there you go, there you go.
Let's get,
You want to get down more?
maybe hold that. I'm gonna get it on, hold that right there. Put that on video so we can kind of see. So yeah, we're using like I think this isn't the brand Tiger tool. I think this is a Lisle U-joint puller, but you can get them on Amazon. Their price changes a lot, but between 50 to $100. I mean, I've seen them. I think I bought a couple when they were $50, which wasn't too much. So yeah, we're just gonna.
Talk real quick.
Just gonna.
Does it just have like does it have on there just a round? Oh, I feel it. It just has a little chemo on there.
Yeah, so it'll.
Oh shit! It's back. It pulls it out.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought I was gonna push it.
So we could probably get this one a little closer. I mean, I wouldn't even be surprised if we could like reuse that U-joint, but I would maybe just keep it as like a trail spare or something. So I kind of pulled it out. We could probably go, keep going. Do you want to hold on to it again? And I just kind of stopped because it seemed like it was going, but I don't know. Ooh.
Yep.
I don't want to bend the ears. I don't want to bend the ears. That's my only concern is like, dude, this 40-year-old U-joint actually looks like the needle bearings aren't.
They're not trashed.
They're not trashed. They're not like.
There's grease in them.
They're not powdered and there's grease in there. So.
What do we do with?
Flip it. Flip it over. We pulled. What the hell? Or did we? Oh, did you flip it over already?
I don't remember.
What just
I think
happened?
we just pushed it out all the way. I don't think we did to both sides.
How does it work? Yeah, that's crazy. I think it pulls it up.
No, it pushes it down.
It did?
Yeah.
It shot it through?
Yeah. Watch out.
Okay.
You're gonna mess up your pretty white.
Oh, I know. I had this in the closet just to.
You gotta get it.
I gotta lift it up.
There you go.
Right. There's like a point when it goes, and I don't want to bend the ears in the shaft, so I'm like, dude, there's like, I mean, it's a little dirty right there, probably because it fell, but
No, it's pretty.
there's some dirt in there. Shit.
How old are they?
Oh, dude, they're probably original. I mean, oh man, I'm dropping.
You're dropping freaking
Fuck. Fuck. Yeah, I mean, what I do is save the U-joint with the caps as a trail spare, because what I've seen before on the trail, seen guys start to lose a cap, which you know you've already broken right here. So we'll like weld it on, but there's been a time right before it breaks where we've caught it where the cap spit out. We've hammered a spare cap in and welded it in.
No shit, and it enough to hold it.
Got him 100 yards, which on that, it was on slick rock, which was enough to like, enough to, I think we just have to try it like that.
Yeah.
Let's go like right here. I think we need to get, oh, there we go, we're off. I was like, no. So we don't even need to do this one.
No.
Unless you want to keep the U-joint, but I think, I don't think it's like worth it to keep the U-joint because it is so old and it's probably okay, but I mean, and there's grease on it, and thing is though, is we're like losing caps, and yeah.
And these needle bearings,
Yeah, we could always, yeah. So that was that. And then what I normally do now, these I kind of want to keep because I lost some. I don't know. I just, because I have a trail spare U-joint over there, or spare U-joint that doesn't, I wouldn't use those springs unless it was an emergency, you know? So now, what I like to do, so I'm just going to move this out of the way so I don't look at it. Keep trying to handle it. So that doesn't, I've never used that to install anything. So what I like to do is all the crap. Ooh, look at that too. It gummed up right there. See that?
You have to hit it with a file.
Yeah, so we're going to hit that with, I'll let you fuck around with the file. Let me get you a file. Like file and then some sandpaper. Yeah. So yeah, we dinged it up. Probably because the U-joint body hit that. That's why I was like trying to let off because I don't want to like bend the damn. Right there. So the body of the U-joint hit right here and kind of gummed it up a little bit. So we're gonna file that down.
How about right here?
Yeah, that right there too. That's the one I was seeing. So if you're using the Tiger tool,
That was cool, man.
it makes short work of it. So the Dana 30 and the Dana 44 both use 760 U-joints, unless you have a really old, like 84 through 89 Dana 30s also use this 260 U-joint, which is much smaller. But if you've got anything, I think 91 and up should be a 760. And then for sure 91 and up with ABS is. But yeah, same procedure for a Dana 30. I was gonna say start with that big guy. Did I give you the big file?
Yeah.
Okay. Sandpaper. So it's a trail spare. Not so worried about it. There's a lot of material there. Not ideal state, but it's gonna happen.
Dude,
It's gonna happen when you use the Tiger tool. It's kind of wild. The thing just goes. I think if I used it every day, I would probably be able to find that sweet spot, you know, right where you start to let it go.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I know doing drive shaft U-joints, I've used the Tiger tool a bunch,
Yeah.
and I've definitely pushed them a little too far, but you're usually not reusing that U-joint, and I do the same thing. I take a file it down.
Yep.
I think it's worth it because this method of sockets and sledgehammer can take a while and be they can also be violent and brutal and risk like injury because
when they pop,
you're swinging a sledgehammer and sometimes you're bouncing and you might hit not straight, and yeah, there's all kinds of
issues.
like basically removing old U-joints always sucks. Like I never enjoy removing old U-joints. whenever possible, like he did too. He bought that extra inner. It's a chromoly shaft too, so he's like. Nice thing is his trail spare is stronger than his actual, and it's gonna have a fresh U-joint, and it's also gonna make it easier to install. And if you had a chromo outer, you hypothetically could easily run full circle clips. So it's just
yeah. I wonder if this is ground down enough. I mean,
that's fully machined for yeah.
Because you can get that because the clip
most of the aftermarket chromos come with the full circle clips, or maybe not most, but a lot of them do, or like. Usually, like aftermarket U-joints will come with full circle clips.
Yeah, I actually bought them separate. I think they're one in a 16th. I think it is.
Yeah, I've seen people like you were saying get them on McMaster car or whatever. Is it?
Feel that?
Still?
You still feel it?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah,
Watch out.
Oh,
I could definitely. You just don't want to feel. If I put my finger over that, you don't want to feel anything there. It's a little better. It's on this edge right here.
Oh, I'm sitting there using this little fucking.
It's better. And then this side. Right here. Just gonna go like that.
Oh, right there.
Yeah, right there. And actually, I don't feel much there. Where's that smaller file? God, that still looks like a divot. Nah.
No, it's not. It's
yeah.
It's still there.
I think so.
It's still there.
Because you're gonna fuck it. It's gonna make
it'll trash the cap.
It might even
Or the
trash.
clip.
Yeah, I still feel it. It's in there pretty good. Or is that a different hole? Is it the same one we've been going at?
Oh, maybe it's not.
Is that a different one? Yeah, that's a different one. Holy shit.
Oh, so the off both sides.
So we got to do it. Like right here, I can see it. Yeah, so lesson learned. It's been quite a while since I've used the Tiger tool. And
I choose pretty good.
or whatever you want to call it. I guess I shouldn't say Tiger tool because it's actually a Lisle puller. It's the same stuff though, same shit. Sure, someone will complain watching the video that we've compromised the shaft somehow, which, whatever, dude. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's a nice thing when you're going to like fresh shafts too. Is
well, if I was
like if you had the outer, if you were doing them like in the rig or something.
Yeah.
Like doing new chromos in the axle, I would definitely.
Well, it would be easier because everything would be new.
Yeah, like if you were to do it again, I would just use the sockets. I wouldn't use the Tiger tool. I'd just, because it'll probably come out much. It won't be 40 years of rust in there. I think we're good. It's just there's like a lot of rust, dirt, and greasy scale stuff. I just don't want to fight any of that when we're putting the U-joint cap in. Like, you really don't want anything in the way of the U-joint cap. Like in my experience, like any little thing, especially if it starts to go in cockeyed, and it could. I mean, hypothetically, you could probably bend the ear, especially on an old tired shaft that you've already been hammering on with stuff.
Well, this one came off of your rig.
Yeah, the Wagoneer.
Your rig, I don't think it was.
The Wagoneer was never driven on. I mean, never. I mean, not like wheel. It was a stock Wagoneer, so I mean, it wasn't like. It didn't come out of a rig that was wheeled hard. Bet you. Actually, I'm actually amazed at how good the U-joints look.
Dude, you should have seen my spare.
Because like usually at 40 years, they're like dust. Like the needle bearings will be like all screwed up. There might not be any grease left. And, I mean, sometimes they look like that where they look fine. It's always like luck of the draw. I think we're good now. Like I usually.
Do you lube it?
I don't know.
No, you going dry?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Like, usually don't. Let's see if we can see that while we do this. So this is the part where you got to be like extra careful.
Popping the caps and don't lose your needle bearings.
Yeah, and then a lot of times these seals won't go in. Okay, so that's. So what I do is try to center it without knocking the needle bearings out. I'll kind of push that in there. Try to, it's off. Yeah, it's, yeah.
Wiggle it around, because you can move it up and down.
No, I can't get any more. Let me, usually hold that cap with your hand. Let it go, but don't let it like fall.
Stop.
Okay, let's try. Hold that side.
Yep.
Ooh, this is. Let me take these off because these are. Hold that right there. These are gonna get. They're like getting in the way. Okay. So what I normally do is try to get the two caps like as lined up as possible. Try to do. Okay, so what I try to get it to where they can kind of both be in simultaneously. What I do too is I'll put the clips in next on this side so it can't
pop.
Yeah. And then take like a drift and make sure they're in. Because sometimes they're not all the way in. That's what I do, and it spins smooth and like, so yeah, start one side a little bit and hold it in there. Start to hammer this side in and then bring it over to a point where it's barely in, because it, you know, once you start touching both sides at once, you know you're lined.
Yeah, and then at that point you're slamming it in.
So now, this one's probably lighter than this one, so we can maybe put this one in first. Then you don't necessarily have to hold them sideways, but it gets a little trickier this part now because you're gonna have to hold that guy straight. Hold that fucker straight. And let's push. And hold it, yeah, hold that. And then, wow, I can't see shit. Let me get a headlamp. Come on, buddy.
Tap that one a little bit.
Sometimes I'll even.
Is it crooked? Right there. There you go.
We're a little bit not quite in enough. Shit. It got cockeyed. Let me grab some pliers.
Is that surface pretty tough on the caps?
Oh yeah. Well, if it were grabbing better, yeah, we lost our alignment. So we're up. It's cockeyed. You can kind of see. We're gonna start hitting the needle bearings unless we could kind of angle this down maybe. Now we went down. No, I can.
As long as the needle bearings aren't caved in.
Gotta come up a little bit. Trust me, I could see in there, dude. We're off. We gotta get it right. It would slide right in right now if it wasn't off. So we're barely off. So we need to kind of kick maybe the bottom a little. There we go. So, ooh, that side just came out not correctly. Yeah, that's the scary part that you wanna, if you fucking hit those fucking needle bearings the wrong way, don't. Okay, there we go.
Just kind of hold it kind of in the middle.
Yeah. Can you hold it right there? we didn't drop a needle bearing. I think we're good.
Grips.
A little tighter on this side, but should be able to get them in. Ooh, we gotta go a little more. So they should slide in a little easier. Oh, yeah. This is where there we go. And then slide in the, ooh, that doesn't look quite right. Looks a little off, but it's God. Such a pain in the butt to see, but it looks like we're in. Here, let me. Put that over. Yeah, they went in more. You guys saw it. I watched it fall in. So, yeah, taking a drift. Sucked it in more. Yeah, the other thing to call out is if you're ever looking at an axle and you're wondering if it has chromoly shafts, you're looking for the 4340 stamp. They're always, almost all fronts I've ever seen are 4340. So if you're looking at a rig and you're like, oh, they said they have chromos. If they don't have that 4340 stamp on one of the inside of the ears, they're not chromoly. And then same thing with the outside. You want to see it on this one too. And the other way to tell if it's an aftermarket chromoly shaft is the stock shafts aren't going to have a clean machined surface for full circle clips, whereas the aftermarket chromoly shafts are going to have a clean machined surface for full circle clips. So if you see that clean machined surface in the 4340, it's probably chromoly. If you look at all this nonsense, there's no clean machined surface right there to fit a full circle clip. You'd have to grind that shaft down pretty good. And yeah, that's kind of the thing. So we are, that was it. That was probably one of the easier videos that I've shot in a long time. So yeah, that's it for today. Now you got to see how to do an axle shaft U-joint on a Dana 30 or a Dana 44. Please, if you can, leave a comment if we screwed it up, if you think we did it wrong, if you don't like the U-joint tool, if you think hammering it with the sledgehammer is the incorrect way. I don't know. I've done a lot of axle shafts just sledgehammering sockets in and out. That tool does make short work of removing old shafts. I want to say, you know, be cautious too, because there's been times when that tool, hitting it with the impact, the U-joint won't budge, and then it finally shoots, and it shoots off like a shotgun. So anyways, see you guys next time. Thanks.